So this is actually, it's pretty impressive because I think a lot of people would do this and they would go too breathy and tire themselves out, but it's not happening to her. All right, Billie Eilish's performance at the Grammys. Let's take a look at it. I wish I had the budget for that kind of set.
I had a dream. I got everything I wanted.
That takes a lot of confidence. And in her songwriting and in her performing, that's if you're gonna start a song like super quietly like that and try to lure people in, that's hard to do as an artist when you're performing.
Not what you'd think. And if I'm being honest, it might have been a nightmare to anyone who might care. Thought I could fly, so I stepped off the golden.
Oh man. Okay, so how do you get a really quiet tone without going breathy? Because if you're too breathy, you're going to tire your voice out, right? How do you go about doing this? And the answer is incredibly small inhales. Incredibly small inhales. There's a difference between I try to da da da, right, where you're actually not putting your folds together, and I try to do da dum dum, right? Like you can be really quiet and really sensual without going breathy, and it's just a matter of how much air you take in.
Nobody cried. Nobody even noticed. I saw them standing right there. I kinda thought they might care.
Interestingly here, so when her vibrato kicks in, that means she's tilting the larynx. Now that would inherently increase the volume, but when she tilts, she'll add a little breathiness. It keeps the volume consistent while also giving her a little bit of on the end, a little bit of tilt, a little bit of yee right there.
I had a dream. I got everything I wanted, but when I wake up I see you with me, and you say, as long as I'm here, no one can hurt you. Don't wanna lie here.
This outfit kind of reminds me a little bit of Missy Elliott in a way, with the nails and all that.
But you can lie too. If I could change the way that you see yourself,
It's beautiful.
you wouldn't wonder why you're here. They don't deserve you.
That's really cool. Okay, so boy, oh boy. We talked about this in the Chloe and Halle video, using your mouth hole to make different shapes, different vowels to phrase. So at the apex of the phrase, she's going to go bright, and then she's going to make more neutral, like more relaxed lips at the end of the phrase to kind of tie it off. Watch this. Right? And then really relax. Right? Hear that?
I tried to scream, but my head was underwater. They called me weak, like I'm not just somebody's daughter. It could have been a nightmare.
That's really, oh boy. From a songwriting point of view, again with the confidence, everything drops out. Her voice doesn't go down. It's still prominent in the mix, and
like I'm not just somebody's daughter. It could have been a nightmare.
right? Whenever that happens, you run the risk of going flat when the instruments come back in, and then it's very noticeable. So it takes a lot of confidence. So she's strutting her stuff here.
But it felt like they were right there. And it feels like yesterday was a year ago. But I don't wanna let anybody know, 'cause everybody wants something from me now, and I don't wanna let them down. I had a dream. I got everything I wanted, but when I wake up
All right, pardon to go back during like a really cool part of the song, but this is really interesting. So her evals tend to get louder inherently because the tongue gets more forward, which means it's out of the throat, which means there's more sound. Imagine like a sock in your throat versus not, right? When the tongue gets out of the way, you get more sound. So she's going for a very specific aesthetic. That's a dynamic microphone. It's not a condenser microphone. And so she has to be mindful of dynamics all throughout this entire song in order to keep that sort of like ethereal aesthetic. So here's how she navigates this. All right. So when she goes with E, drips the soft palate a little bit. So she's incredibly in control of her breath to keep the dynamics, and then she's also controlling her soft palate a little bit in order to when you raise it, it'll make more volume, right? It has same idea with the tongue and the sock thing, right? You lift your soft palate, you're making more room for sound. You droop it a little bit. So
as long as I'm here, no one can hurt you. Don't wanna lie here, but you can learn to. If I knew it all, then would I do it again? Would I do it again? If they knew what they said would go straight to my head, what would they say instead?
nice. She's a real pleasure to have on this scene. She's very different than what we're used to from this sort of celebrity as a woman at this age. It's nice to see variety for girls out there who kind of need more options than just your Taylor Swifts and your Britneys and stuff like that. So she's great. She's refreshing.